I'm going live. That is what I'm doing. And PETA can't stop me. PETA, you can't stop me from going live. I mean, you probably could. You could jump on the computer, do something terrible. Come here. No? Fine.
What channel is this?
What?
What channel is this?
26. Yeah, we made it to 26.
Isn't that cool how I started this though?
Yeah, that was nice. Good job. Good job. Hi, Tato. Are you done eating chocolate? Oh, yeah. Sulk away in shame. Oh, there's Dave. Hello, Dave. Hello, Diavid. That's his new name, Diavid. Look, I woke up in time. Yeah, Aiden is right here next to me.
Hello.
Hey, Kevin. Aiden, you could be here if you want. You could be here next to me instead of there next to me. You could be like on the camera if you want. It's up to you. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you. But, oh, there's Aiden. Hey, CS. Hey, Dominic. What's going on, guys? So, wow, we made it to episode 26, and we're still doing it. Oregon Knife Guy, hello. What is up? Good old boy, how you doing? Lincoln Tiffin. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling like I look weird somehow. I don't know what's going on. So, we've got cool stuff this week. You know what we have this week? You know what we got? Thanks to Dave. Because he made the order. He just tacked my stuff onto his order. Hey, Craig, what's up? Craig, I got your text message. I have been like either working or sleeping. I thought my name was Blue. You thought your name was Blue? What do you mean you thought your name was Blue? What? I don't know what that means.
I thought it was Blue from Blue's Clues.
You have a cat on your lap.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Oh, I get it. His name was Blue. Oh. Channel mod. I don't know. We like meeps. Hello. So, well, Dominic, I'm glad you find these entertaining. You thought you had the wrench. I don't know if I ever gave you the wrench. I don't think I ever gave you the wrench. As far as I know, I only gave 2 people the wrench. Apparently, I gave 3 people the wrench. I gave 3 people the wrench. Well, actually, so there's 4 because there's Kaylee, but Kaylee's gone. Slick 50, hello. You're having that kind of day. I'm having a day too. I am just I am exhausted, but good exhausted because it's just from getting work done and stuff. You know what the problem is? It's that this thing zipped up. That's why I feel like I look weird. There, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. So, you know what else it is? It's that Barrel and Blade sucks this month. And I just got it uploaded, and you guys will probably see it tomorrow. And I'm really upset by that. Yeah. But I remember. Well, the reason Me Like Meeps has the wrench is because he directly asked for it, and then we told him, well, give us a reason. And Kaylee's here. That's interesting. Haven't heard from Kaylee in a while, and she's here. Okay. Very interesting. Kaylee, maybe if you want, you can text me on the phone later or something. Yeah. So anyway, okay, let's talk about this week. I've got so many videos going on this week. So Friday, this past Friday, me and Dave just basically spent the day hanging out. I played hooky. Because hey Carson, how's it going? Carson, I know I still got to get you 2 different bottles of Mountain Dew. We've had trouble getting all the good Mountain Dews lately. There's been supply chain issues and everything. Don't think I've forgotten that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, Darren basically he had an old squadron reunion because so Darren was not only I don't know the way the Navy does it. They have rating. Okay, so I'm not a Navy expert. They have ratings. Like in the Army, we had MOSs. In the Air Force, we had AFSCs. In the Navy, I guess they call them ratings. Aiden, will you go and eat the double shot glass over there? So he was an armorer, like DocP 91B's kid. Is that you? Did you just do that? He was an armorer, with like a security unit. But before that he did actual aviation mechanics with an A6 squadron, and so he had a squadron reunion this past weekend with his old squadron. So Thursday and Friday, I did like kind of a half day Thursday, and then Friday I took a down day because he was down in Virginia Beach doing this thing. And so me and Dave just sat down and had a great day hanging out, talking about knives, recording a bunch of funny videos. If you guys watched the 4 ridiculous knives nobody needs video today, that is one that we did. And then we did 4 other ones too. We had a good day, and we had some fantastic noodles at a Vietnamese noodle house. So you're going to see a bunch of those videos. We did the Old Light Live video, so you'll see a bunch of those, just fun. During that, we talked about the Old Light sale, and so Dave put in like three. Are there any A6 Intruders or Prowlers still in service? Craig, no. All of the A6s were retired in the 90s, and the Prowlers went away in the early 2000s. The last Prowlers were on Whidbey Island at Naval Air Station Whidbey up in Washington, and they were replaced with Growlers. And what's interesting about that, since you asked, there is a combined squadron of Air Force Navy Growlers up there, and there's the 390th Electronic Combat Squadron, which is so it's all Air Force personnel, but they fly with Navy Growlers up there, which is very interesting. So to me, anyway, it's interesting to me. And the last patch that I put up, because I've been putting up squadron patches of units I've worked with. Last week, I'll put up a new one tomorrow. That was the 390th Fighter Squadron that I used to work with when they were F-15s, but that's the 390th. So the Growler is the EA-18 Golf. Yeah. They actually took a cue from the Air Force. The Prowler. So for you guys who don't know, the A6 Intruder was a 2-seat Navy slow but heavyweight attack strike bomber for carrier use. The Prowler, they took away all the bombs. They added 2 seats and a bunch of electronic gear, and that became a jamming platform that did a lot of work, right? Like suppressing all the enemy stuff. Radars, not just radars though, but that's what they're known for, like jamming radars. But they could jam all sorts, anything that radiated any kind of signal. They could jam it and nobody could talk. Kaylee, are you still here? I'm just wondering if you're still here. Me like Meeps, you should be excited for your birthday too. And so the Prowlers served a long time, all the way through, after post Vietnam and up until Iraqi freedom and into can't think of it. Iraqi freedom, enduring freedom. Meanwhile, the Air Force said, well, we have all these really awesome, incredibly high speed, one of the fastest, fighter type aircraft in inventory, the F-111, the Aardvark. They said we can do the same thing the Navy does with 4 people if we automate a lot of it with 2 people in a platform that's about 3 times as fast. And they had the EF-111 Raven, which was incredible. It's a completely unarmed airplane, and yet it is credited with air-to-air kills in Operation Desert Storm. That's a whole other story. So the Air Force flew it for a long time, but it's just through the whole defense drawdown of the Clinton era, the Air Force was forced to retire the Ravens, and crews that flew the Ravens were then folded into Navy Prowler squadrons. And then the Navy took a cue from that, though, and took modifications of the Super Hornet, and they now have a 2-seat Super Hornet with, basically, it still uses the same system that both the Prowler and the Raven use, the ALQ-99, but with much, much advancements. Anyway, okay, yeah. So didn't it cause those planes to crash into the ground? Yeah. So the Raven crews, 2 Raven crews, actually, because of the great maneuverability and speed of the F-111 platform, as Iraqi aircraft tried to intercept them, they were able to maneuver around and cause those intercepting pilots to crash, and they were credited with the kill. So there we go. There's the military history thing. So anyway, so Dave in the last Olight sale got a whole bunch of stuff. To watch. A whole bunch of stuff to watch. See, I'm saying that because they're talking about movies. He ordered a whole bunch of stuff in the Olight sale. A whole bunch of stuff. And I got 2 of they had limited edition Dreevers. Now, I really like the Drever knife. If you remember the Dreevers, they were boop. This is not the most current, released Olight knife, but this is, I really like the Drever. And remember, these are made by Kaiser, right? So that's who does the production on these. So they released 2 special edition, basically they're special edition colors. So Kaylee, can you actually, you still have a phone? Can you text me on the phone? I just texted you. I don't know what's going on with you. I'm back, and when are we going to get more videos on the Air Force Builder channel? Good old, I have not had the time or energy to do any models lately. So with the special edition Drever, let's see, what do we have? Well, the coin is the same. Oh, hey, it's Jonathan. How are you, Jonathan? So, Kaylee, what's up with Instagram? Me and Kaylee have not really had the ability to do much talking lately, and I'm sad. But she's got a lot going on. I just want to understand what's going on with Instagram. So this is the orange special edition, which looks really nice with the black wash. Very Halloween-y. Craig D, I have tried to. You know what? Fuck you, dude. Ignore your messages. I've responded to your messages, and you have gotten your. You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to say this. This is a guy who was on Patreon who kept claiming he didn't get what he was promised to get. He's gotten his merch. It has shipped out. I verified it through Patreon. And when I tried to give him, and I was going to give him a refund for everything he contributed to Patreon, except Patreon told me it couldn't give me a refund because of something that he did on there, and I did respond to him, and now he's trying to say in public that I'm ignoring his messages.
You want me to put him in timeout?
No, I don't want you to put him in timeout. I want him to respond to this in public. Because I found out that it was not true that he didn't respond his stuff. So, you know what? You know what? If I mess up, I say I mess up. But when somebody else does shady crap, I'm going to call them out too. You guys know when I mess up, I mess up. And so the reason I can't refund him directly from Patreon and why I asked him if he had a PayPal I could send it to is because Patreon will not let me refund anything from more than 90 days ago. And he has not. You have not responded to that email I sent you. So why you think you're entitled to all $80 that you contributed to Patreon back? I don't know, but I said I would do it because I don't like to have bad static. But if you're going to start it publicly here, then I'm going to answer. So you did get your merch. You claim you didn't get the Zippo thing that went out. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Quick question. What's the best way to communicate with you? Patreon? No, Patreon messages don't seem to go through very well. There's always a problem. The best way to do it is probably Facebook messages. So you can message me on Facebook because that makes my phone go ping. So yeah. So, you know, there's been a thing with the so I'm sorry guys, I don't like to air dirty laundry out. Have you gotten the Los Santos Slashers Navy? I have, you know, so the thing is so David Jones with Red Dead 2, I only had the free version downloaded. So if I haven't opened it, so let's see. So if I haven't opened it, it means I didn't even get it. If I opened it and it was red and I didn't respond, that means it's ignored. If I haven't even opened it, it means I didn't even get the message. But apparently this guy did get, anyway. So, hey Doc, have you gotten the list? Yeah. So I only had like the you know, the free, you know, with Game Pass, and then it went off Game Pass, and so I can't play it anymore. And I don't like the game enough to buy it, to say the truth. So I don't know. So yeah, I will refund you all $80 if you provide me with a PayPal address. Because I can't do it quick and simple through Patreon because they won't do it because they don't think you're entitled to a refund. Like guys, I don't like anybody feeling unhappy. I don't. So like seriously, but I certainly don't like doing it in public like this. I'll tell you what, Aiden loves the new what's the game, Aiden? I'm like all flustered. There's so much stuff going on.
What happens in it?
The new game, the newest game we bought. 6.
Oh, Far Cry 6.
Far Cry 6. Aiden really loves Far Cry 6. I like Far Cry 6. I'm not a huge fan of Far Cry 6. I play it. Okay, cool, Daniel. I'm glad you found it. You know, and for all the Patreon guys, this weekend, this Saturday, since I only got 2 responses, we are doing a Patreon live stream this Saturday to give away the NVG Bino things. But anyway, I like it. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm still playing Fallout 76. Why? No, Jonathan, you do not. It's not even the money, dude. It's just you don't. I still owe. I owe you the next package, which I'm still working on. In fact, maybe me and Dave will roll you in on the ridiculous knives. But I'm still playing Fallout 76 because for some reason I love abuse and I love making my life miserable. And they've made so many improvements to that game. Hi, Ethan. Would you like me to open this?
It's for you.
They made. Oh, it's for me. Thank you. Ethan gave me Halloween candy. They've made a lot of improvements to that game, but somehow it still manages to glitch in the worst possible times, at the worst ways. It is still the absolute, like, it does, like, and so we have a saying in this house: when something goes incredibly stupid, we say, "Oh, it's been 76." Like that is how we describe things. I mean, and I pre-ordered 76. Like that's how much of a Fallout fan I am, and it has just been disappointing since day one. I'm sorry, we are so far off topic now. I'm just hoping that Kaylee's gonna actually say something again. I can confirm. Lincoln, what time on Saturday? I'm probably gonna do it a little earlier in the afternoon. Probably like 4 p.m. my time is in the afternoon. It really all depends. Oops, sorry guys. It really all depends on if these. Oh no, CS. Did you get ripped off? Did you get like the crappy? Did you get the crappy nylon bag when you were supposed to get the nice like canvas duffel bag thing? I can't get this out. The canvas bag. Yeah, boy, did they screw people over that. They couldn't even get the collector's bag out right. Bethesda really 76 themselves. Hello, Ethan. Do you want to come sit here next to me? Did they? Did they actually send out the right bags? All right, so here comes the next collector's. Makeup bag is a joke. Oh, that sucks. So here's the white Dreaver. Now, somebody explain this to me. Why is white G10 the new coolest thing? Is it just because Stormtrooper's armor is white? Because has anybody actually carried a white G10 knife around for a while and seen what happens to it? Thank you. I got a whole size now. It gets so dirty and you have to scrub this thing so clean. Sometimes you even have to bleach it. Now, I bought these. These are just collection pieces. I'm never going to carry these limited ones. I bought them just to collect. Okay? But like so many companies are coming out with white. Now the white Cerakote will get white again, okay? But white G10 picks up dirt from your fingers so quick. And I understand it's cool. And I have, like I said, I have this limited edition. I have it just to collect. You're gonna have a lollipop? Have a lollipop. But where is Mannix 2? I would go with the Mannix 2 right here. I would always go with the Mannix 2. The Para 3 to me is a little bit small. Okay. First of all, let me start. Light prying with Spydercos are not for light prying. The blade tips on Spydercos are very, very skinny. I would not do any honestly, I would not do any light prying with a Spyderco. Because of the blade shapes most of them have, you're going to lose your tip. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm just telling you, Roman, it's going to stand. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. You probably want, if you're going to insist on prying with a blade, you want like a sheep's foot blade that's more curved at the end that retains more of a thickness of steel at the end of it. But anything like, you know, Spyderco's shape with that leafy kind of spear point shape at the front, you're gonna break that tip, and you're gonna be unhappy, and you're gonna have to fix it later. Hi, are you just trying to be seen with your? You can be seen. You want to be seen? Even the Tanto PM2, that's a whole different thing. But I'm not a fan of the. This is a good point. That probably has some more strength, but I've never seen one in real life. I just don't dig the shape, so I've never bought one. I don't know. That is a good point, Dominic, though. That might survive.
I'm just checking if there's any comments about me.
Nobody has made any comments about you so far, unfortunately. But, you know, I'm sure maybe somebody will.
Really sad.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, what would I would honestly get one of those, like, $20. This comment is about Ethan. How's school going, Aiden? Oh, Aiden, you want to comment about how school's going?
I don't like it, and I don't want it.
You know, he wants to come to the shop with me instead every day. He's very much into that. Yeah, Roman, I'm glad we could help you out. Which, if you really want a knife you can pry with, yeah, I don't think about Tantos very much because I don't like them that much. Look at that. Yeah, see, people are talking about you. Yeah, a Tanto would probably be a little bit better. A reverse Tanto blade would probably be better for prying. Oh, look, there's Ethan. I like reverse Tanto blades a lot. But you just want to get something with. There's no not dirty way to say this. You want something with some thickness at the tip. Yes. Yes, sir.
I want to tell them something. Even at the Aiden school, he gets no recess at all. Not a single tiny bit.
When you're a big guy and you get into 6th grade, you get no recess. No recess. You still get recess. But Aiden would love to come to the shop with me. And is my pry bar here? Listen, so Roman, I carry this around. This is confirmed. I actually tested it. It's actual titanium, less than $20 on Amazon. Look at it. I blowtorch this one to give it a little color. Super lightweight, and that way I don't destroy my knife. The fish one, I don't. I think the fish tool is in my bag.
Can I go get it?
You can go get it. Yeah, you might have to look for it or bring my whole little work backpack in here if you want. So, you know, Kurt, I think the difference between a reverse Tanto and a Sax is all in how you look at it. I think of a Sax as being a bigger knife, as being a big guy, because I don't think Saxon's ever. You know, Craig, it does. I don't want to talk about it. Of course it does. It has 2 bottle openers. But yeah, it does. But this thing has been so handy with different things, because it also has all of these different wrenches, and it has a 1/4-inch bit holder, and you can carry your most used bit, and then it's got the rope, the cord cutter on it.
Talking about this bag?
Yeah, talking about that bag. Oh no, everything's about to fall out. Oh no, I think I left it at the shop today. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me look. Oh no, here it is.
Can I do them?
Well, I'm waiting. You know, Kurt, I'm waiting for somebody to bring up the spice wallet. You want to show the Bodie McBoat boat?
Yum. Got a red for blood because it's been eating everything in the ocean.
That's Fishy McBoat. I really wanted that Benchmade Outlast, but it's been discontinued. The Outlast, I have to look up the Outlast. Opinions on the new Dune? Really, Aiden, are you just setting this up? Because I hated the new Dune. I hated it. What are you doing with that fish tool?
Or interface.
You're gonna eat my face. You don't need to eat my face. My face has done nothing to you, fish.
No.
Oh, here we go. See, Kurt, I told you it was coming. You know, but I think EDC, I think they did have a Spice Melange wallet. You just didn't know. You just didn't know about it. It's in the book. You have to read it. That's the problem with the movie.
Eat the
Um,
fish. Eat it. Eat the fish.
Dun-dun.
Eat the fish.
Now for the riots. I don't know. I think I showed this to you guys before, didn't I?
Eat the
This is I don't. You know, I'm sure Olight will be making a fixed blade really soon. Their designer they're using is really good, but this is a combination Cerakote and Hydrographics
Eat the fish.
boating tool. I think I showed it to you guys before that I made for
No.
somebody that I have to send off. It's by Maxim, not Maxim, not Maxim. The girls in bikinis,
Eat the fish.
Um,
No.
but
Eat the fishy.
Maxim. And I like to say it goes from fish to narwhal. But this is for somebody who's going to put it to very good use. What are you doing?
Squishing your face.
Oh, thanks for squishing my face. That's not helpful right now. It's a marlin spike for roll splicing. Got my yeah, no. So this
Nice.
I mean, this is for somebody that's dedicated. She's going to use it on a boat, you know. I mean, this is for boat use. So like the serrations are for cutting rope, specifically like cutting actual thick rope. You know what I mean? And like everything on here is for boat use. It's not like you wouldn't carry this around and use it anywhere else. So it's the one use for serrations that there really are is efficiently cutting like maritime rope.
I still remember that one time where YouTube actually said hi to me.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually once was part of that, guys. I'm not making this up.
I like that it locks and play. There's a separate liner lock for both the spike and for the blade, which is really cool, and it's actually pretty comfortable to use. What's the spike used for? Well, what I mean, my limited use of boating, David probably knows more, but you can get your knots out, use it for undoing your knots. But here he says up here, rope splicing. And also, not only rope splicing, but for looking like a narwhal, which I think is almost as important as rope splicing. What? Which one? This one?
Nope.
This one?
Yeah.
He says they're mostly used for long lining. Yeah, you know all about that, huh? I gotta trim up my face. I gotta trim up my face.
Beard.
My beard.
Yeah, you're actually looking like an old person.
I'm looking like.
Kind
This is what I deal with all the time.
of, because you actually have some white hair.
Either him saying, "Oh, you look like an old person," or he tells me like, "Wow, your tummy's kind of fluffy and fat," and like all the time. Oh, you're doing weight bearing. Nice.
It turns blue kind of.
I don't play the no shave November. I can't do that. I just can't. Like I never even downrange when we used to do like the mustaches. I can't do it. It's too itchy. I can't do it.
Is my tongue blue?
Let me see. Yes, very blue. Yeah. You like the Ridiculous Knives episode? Yeah, Jonathan liked the Ridiculous Knives episode. We can, like I said, we can roll you in to one next month because we what are you doing? You're weird.
That's mean to say.
That's not mean to say. You look like an old person. That's fine, but you're weird. That's mean. Coming up in the future too, guys. So I decided to my Mech Army EK12, my little blade holder that's constantly falling apart. It fell apart. It just fell apart. So I started looking at folding scalpel holders
There goes with my socks.
because we have scalpel blades at the shop and we use them all the time. We have little comfortable scalpel handles. So I got a couple of these, and they're slip joints, and this is what I've been carrying around at the shop now instead of a little number 11 holder, right? So you'll see, if you want, I can always share fishing stories and what we use for gear. That'd be cool, actually. I need to learn more fishing stuff. So, if you guys want, sorry, two different thoughts at once. So what you guys will see soon coming up is a little video of two different, a G10, and this is a titanium. More options. You know, not everybody wants to sharpen a knife all the time. Some people just want to be able to pop a new blade on. So I've got a couple of these that we're going to review. Yeah, it's got a half stop. Well, not really a half stop. More like a double D10 than a half stop. But the G10 one is much more rigid than this. So what's that?
Oh, the candies I have.
Okay, one more candy. I don't need you to be too sugared up. So it should be you know, we'll have some fun looking at those. And I've been using them at the shop, and even though, and this, by the way, less than 20 bucks on Amazon, both the ones I got. They look like they're from different companies, but they look like they're produced on the same kind of setup. Pretty good. And it's been very useful to have to walk around. I don't have the G10 one with me here, but you'll see it. You'll see it very soon. You'll see it very, very soon. Very soon. I don't know if I think I've shown this a little bit. I think you saw this in the Ridiculous Knives video, but I got bored with my ZT-0357. This is the danger of having all this stuff available right there at the shop. So I just you know how the old ZTs have that kind of, they have the stripe blade. So I striped it with some Cerakote, and then I what are you doing to my face? Stop sweet tarting my face. And then I did some Cryptex to the handle. This is my favorite pattern. And then I did some Cerakote to the liners and the back spacer. And so now it's like a one of a kind. It's nice. I like it a lot better. And, you know, the action is still zippity-doo-dah. So I'm carrying that around.
Yep. Hey guys, I lost 9 teeth.
You what?
I lost 9 teeth.
You lost 9 teeth today? All at once?
No. It was further back.
Oh.
Yeah. One of my friends counted, and he actually counted. I lost 9 teeth. And his older brother only lost 6.
Oh. Only 6, huh?
Yeah. But I lost 9.
Well, you know, you probably lose more before you're done. You got a lot of teeth that got to fall out for all your grown-up teeth. I love the ZT. I had a 350. I didn't like the 350 very much. Really didn't like the 350. I love the 357 though. This one is just like a perfect size, especially for walking around in the shop all day. So like for things that, because I'm not gonna look like this I'm going to use just for precision stuff. This is why, like, when I'm going to use Fallout 9 Ethan's teeth.
Bye.
Bye, Ethan. This I'm just going to use for when I have to cut out stenciling, when I have to cut out masking things. Like this, I'm going to, yes, teeth do count as bone. They are the only part of your skeleton that shows, you know. So like this is what I use for very precise things in the shop, like related to doing custom work on stuff. I don't use it for boxes. I don't use it for opening things. I don't use it for anything besides what I need to do for hydrographics, for Cerakote, for things like that.
For you.
Thanks again. Thank you.
Everything's-
This is what I use as my general purpose work knife all the time. I need to cut tubing. I need to cut into tape. I need to cut into boxes. I need to cut open packages. I need to. All right, Daniel. I will see you on Saturday, and there'll be some more updates and posts on Patreon before then. Until then, too. There will be. I'll use this. I mean, this is a workshop knife to me. That's what this is. So that's why, and remember, when I did my in the shop pocket dump, there's this, and there is there's the in Maximet. I got this. I know this. I know this one. Manix 2 and Maximet. Those are my two workshop knives that I mean, this is just the one I've been carrying lately because I just redid it and it's fancy and I like looking at it. So we have such cool films that came in the shop lately. I want to do them all the time. So, I mean, we've just got such cool stuff. I can't even begin to tell you some of the cool stuff. Try the Victorinox paring knives. I will look into that. Anyway, what kind of spices do you have on there? And how'd you carry them to the pizza? That's what I want to know. So, I do have a cool box cutter that I've been meaning to show you guys. And it is a standard box cutter with replaceable, regular utility blades, but then it has like an extra on it. And I have to show. See, I'm itchy. Even with just this, I need to trim. Did you carry it in a wallet? Did you get it to there in the pizza in a protective leather wallet or not? So, there's just I'm about to do actually a whole video in the shop, like an actual in the shop video about the difference between Cerakote and hydrographics and when to pick one, when to pick the other, and how they're applied and the difference. Because people keep asking, and more of a spice billfold. I like a spice. Is it like a spice like front pocket card holder maybe? Because that would be cool and useful. I just dropped something and I don't know what I dropped. But I think that video will be useful because a lot of people keep asking me about Cerakote, about hydrographics, about like I want to do something. What should I pick? So I think that's going to be a cool video. Plus, I'll be in the shop and you'll see a lot of cool things. He wants to replace the right knee in 2 months. Oh no, that's going to be crappy. I got a fake knee in my right leg. Well, I have a fake kneecap, not the whole joint, but I have a plastic patella. Not fun. I always gross people out when I because of that, I have like the skin over it is like it's like I don't feel anything in it. And so I'll take like something hard, I'll just whack on the kneecap and tap on it, and it sounds unnatural, and I can't feel it anyway. And they'll just look at me and be like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?" And meh, the army, that's what's wrong with me. So, and Veterans Day is coming up, guys. We're gonna have a special Veterans Day toast on the channel, regardless of what day it is. Let's see what day it is. It's a Thursday. So it is absolutely not true that all ZTs have lockup issues. I have actually never had a ZT with a lockup issue. I don't know where you heard that, Roman. I have 6 ZTs now, and I had 3 or 4 others that I let go of, and not a single one of them had a lockup issue. I don't know where that comes from. They were pretty good. I mean, they're all pretty good. I'm not sure what lockup issues people have had, or if it's something in the past, or if it's maybe something with a certain line, like a certain model. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know, but it's not so bad. Like, it's not bad at all. In fact, like this little guy, the lockup on this is very early, so there's lots of life left in it, and it has been solid since the day I got it. Down in Florida, when I was still active duty, I used to go to Aiden's class on Veterans Day and talk about veteran, and I did that once here too. No, see, Roman, I've never had this problem either, and I test. Do it right now. You guys heard those whacks? Nothing. Okay, so that is not hydrographics, and people do that, and it can look cool, but it doesn't adhere as well. It comes off quick, because number one, you're already messing with the bond of the paint, because no matter how well you do it, there's water involved. Okay. Number two, there's water involved again. And number three, it's just a lot of times people end up mixing different brands of paints, and that can affect the curing of each one because they're different formulas. So it looks cool to do, but it's not recommended at all to do. I mean, it's something you can do, and it generally won't hurt the gun, but it's not going to be a long lasting coat on there. And if you do it and you bring it in to like get Cerakoted or you get hydrographics done, it's just that much more stuff we've got to sandblast through to get down to the substrate of the metal, So it makes cool videos though. It just and the thing is, I'm not trying to, like, if you have a surface that's not going to be messed with a lot, it can look really cool and it can last. But when you get something that's going to be taken out and like, especially like let's say you got a hunting shotgun, and you like moving through brush, or you're going to be handling a lot, it doesn't survive that very much. Let's see, my grandfather, who does that? That is terrible. I mean, when I see stuff like that, I honestly think like that should be a capital offense. That we have too many crimes in this country that are not death penalty worthy. That is terrible. That is just terrible. So good old boy, back to what I'm saying. If you are gonna like do your own paint job with spray paint, you're better off just taking like some coarse steel wool, roughing up the surface, wiping it clean with like acetone, and then just spraying it directly on the metal. I can't believe they cut just to steal the flags. Like, and and what would infuriate me more if it's just like one of those fucking hippie leftist, they were offended by the flags and they took them down because they, because now the United States flag represents tyranny or some bullshit like that. The U.S. military is evil. I can't stand that. We had a big red sweep here in Bucks County, by the way, on Election Day. Like, for the first time in decades, my local county here turned red. It hasn't done that in a long time. And I have to check up. I don't work for the elect. I used to I haven't worked for the Board of Elections since the last presidential election. I just hung it up and I said I can't do this crap anymore. Like it was just too intense. And you know what? I just my personal health and mental sanity is worth too much for well, you know what, Roman, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, we're here every week. We're doing this every week. And we never stay on topic, so you can feel free to bring up anything you want, any week you want. So no, I know what you mean. I knew what you meant, Jonathan. But they asked me if I was coming back for the next election, and I was like, hell no, I'm not coming back for the next election. Absolutely not. So I was thrilled to see a polling place and to have no responsibilities there whatsoever. This is funny. I hate to make light of it, but it's funny. Hey, we left that picture in Iraq though. We didn't take it home with us. That would have been like a war crime. It's still sitting somewhere in Balad. Or did they move? I don't know what we left it there. I don't know what they did with it. It did not leave the country of Iraq. I know that. Oh, this. See, I love just messing with hydrographics so much. See what I can do? I made a double shot glass out of it. And it's all shiny. This is what I will toast with on Veterans Day. I even managed to leave the bottom clear. So. Well, David, you know, I'm sure that if you contact some authorities, you can get it replaced. You know, I'm sure the Navy will. If you could snap your fingers and make any vehicle, new or old, perfect condition, appear in your driveway, but you can't sell it, what would you pick? I would pick a P-40 Warhawk and just have it sit there. And I would sit in the cockpit. Even though I can't go anywhere with it. That's what I would do. My second choice would say I'd pick an M3 Bradley, but I don't want to get in the back of one of those pieces of shit again. It would be nice just for nostalgia to let the rear door drop and hunch over and run out as fast as I can diagonally away from it and then drop. But I'm not doing it. Yeah, guys, I'll have a Veterans Day toast. Like I often have a toast on the channel. You know, there is have you guys ever seen the movie 1941, which is a ridiculous movie? I don't know why people hate it, but John Belushi as the Army Air Corps pilot landing his P-40 on a road and taxiing up to a gas station and filling up his P-40 from a gas station on the side of the road. And how many P-40 models have I done, Craig? At least 20 P-40s. I don't know. It is my favorite aircraft of all time. But I love 1941. That is just one of my favorite movies. David Jones, you can feel free to have a drink with whatever liquid you want. We will break the rules for you. And it can be water, it can be juice, it can be seltzer, it can be anything. It can be anything you want, as long as it's to the troops that have served, you know. Hello, me with knives. Welcome to this. You know, there was a guy once who he made a car out of a P-40. He actually did make a drivable car out of a P-40, cut the wings off, I don't know if he had the rear stabs on or not, but I saw it. It looked ridiculous. Let's see if we can. Hang on, guys. Hang on here. Hang on. Hold on. Slow browser. Slow browser. Where it is. Okay, hold on. Sharing my screen. There we go. P40 car. That's not really a P40 though, now that I think about it. He just made it look like a P40. So now I'm upset. And I'm angry. How many versions of the P40 were there? Were the British? How many versions of the P40 was the Tomahawk? Well, so Craig, see, the thing is, none of those names were actually official. So there was the P40. There never really was a P40A. The P40A never really served. But there was the P40B, the P40C. The P40D didn't really go anywhere. Then there's P40E, and that's the one that most people know. Then there was the P40F, which was the first Allison engine. The first Rolls-Royce engine one. Sunshine, how you doing? Surgery? Yes? No? Sorry, I got to start this over. So you had the P40B, the P40C. Those were the ones that most people think of when they think of the Flying Tigers, okay? And those are the ones that we flew right at the beginning of the war. They defended Pearl Harbor and all that stuff. There was no P40D. It never really worked. P40E is the most common version at the beginning of the war, early war days. Flew them in North Africa. The Brits flew them. The Australians flew them. Allies flew them. The Russians flew them. Okay. Then we had the P40F. That's the first one with the Merlin engine. Merlin engine was a little bit too much for it to take, so they had to make some modifications to it. They stretched a short tail and a long tail F. Okay, then there's the P40K, which is the one with the larger enlarged, not the longer fuselage, but the larger tail, more rounded over. P40K. Then there's the P40L, which is a longer, like the P40F. It's another Merlin engine, engine one with like a longer fuselage. Then there's the P40M, which was an export model only. And then there's the P40N, which is the most produced version, which is a stretched fuselage Allison engine. It had a different cockpit bird cage design to it. And that's the one that was flown by everybody at the end of the war. And no, if you watch the movie Pearl Harbor, this is the kind of stuff that I pick up on and I annoy everybody with. In the movie Pearl Harbor, when the attack on Pearl Harbor is going on, they take off and they fly P40Ns, which weren't available until 1943. And I'm like, so when Pearl Harbor was going on, they would have had P40 Cs available to defend with, P40Bs and Cs. And the E would be produced shortly thereafter. But the cool thing about the P40 is that the plane was The plane was outdated before the war even started, but the damn thing soldiered on up until the very end of the war, you know? Oh, wow. Roman. Oh, did you come to the right and very wrong place? The difference between... Sorry, guys. Just have a drink and relax for a minute. So first of all, the P-47 was one of the last aircraft built with a radial engine, okay? And the Spitfire obviously had an inline liquid-cooled Merlin engine. They were built very, very different. I mean, that is one of the major differences right there. Your Thunderbolt had a radial air-cooled engine, and later versions also had a liquid cooling with a radiator and everything. But the Spitfire was built for a much shorter range, higher speed, and had that inline engine. And so, but the reason that the P-47 could absorb as much damage as it did is because with a liquid-cooled engine, you take one shot anywhere that damages any of the coolant lines, and you lose your coolant, your engine overheats, and Craig. It's in the other room. I can't go get it right now, but Craig has me building a custom one that's like I gotta get it in a box to him. It's done. With the P-47, because it was a radial engine, it was air cooled, you could blow complete heads off that engine, and the thing still runs. And it absorbed just monumental damage that the Spitfire could never absorb. The Spitfire was a very finely tuned, racehorse of a plane, and the P-47 was a very rugged plow horse of an airplane. And the P-47 was, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was a slow plane. It was a fast airplane. It was not designed with the cutting edge aerodynamics in mind, like the Spitfire was. It was heavy. It was, it was. Oh, sorry, that's another conversation. It was heavy. It was armored. It was made to take damage, whereas the Spitfire was made to be light and nimble. And if a Spitfire got caught in the gun sight too long, it was shredded. He always has something good to say. I've got to say it. So those are some of the major differences between the P-47 and the Spitfire. I mean, there's a lot more that if you want to email me because this is my thing. I could go on and on, but I won't for the sake of everyone else. Armament is also certainly a big factor. But the Spitfire was never built with the intention of doing anything besides protecting the British Isles. So they were not big on having it go very far. Whereas they knew when they were building the P-47, it was going to have to fly high with a turbo supercharger, and it was going to have to escort bombers places and engage in very high altitude combat with usually smaller and more maneuverable aircraft like the Focke-Wulf 190, which is really what there's the Messerschmitt, the Me-109, the Bf-109, but that's like the more popular plane. But the bigger threat was the FW-190. That was like Germany's F-15. It was, yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. Sorry. Well, I guess when you have 8 50 calibers, though, you don't need 20 millimeter. The problem with 20 millimeter cannons is they fire so much slower than 50 calibers do because they're big. All right, Roman, you do that because I got the street cred. I'm actually, whether you know it or not, I'm an actual U.S. Air Force Weapons School graduate. I can answer those questions for you. I love talking about aviation. So about some World War II items. Where are you getting all this stuff, David Jones? It's interesting. Anyway, guys, we've been going for an hour. Once again, we didn't stay on topic at all. We just went like this, but that's what I love to do. But I got to go take care of these guys, make sure they get homework done and stuff like that. So as always, thank you guys for joining me. We will have a good toast on Veterans Day. We'll have another chat before then, though. So I thank you guys so much for letting me waste an hour of you. Peter, you're here, lurking, not even saying anything. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. But thank you for letting me waste an hour of your life again this week. As always, remember, you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I do appreciate every single one of you, and I love chatting, and we'll do it again. And I'll be back again real soon. You guys have a good week.